to the podcast, everybody. This is Epps World Entertainment, episode 4. Benedict Cumberbatch says he found out Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom in the MCU after watching live coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. For everybody who doesn't know, first off, Doctor Strange is not showing up in Doomsday. He won't be back until Secret Wars, which means we probably won't see Doctor Strange get his own movie again, his third movie, until after Doomsday. Maybe not Doomsday. I'm sorry. Maybe after Doomsday, I would say either after Doomsday or after Secret Wars. You know, it's somewhere in between. But I think it would probably be after Secret Wars, to be honest with you. So, he said, I texted Kevin Feige, what the fuck? And then quickly added, good what the fuck? I mean, good what the fuck? So Benedict Cumberbatch also says that there was a no shit Sherlock line in Avengers Infinity War directed at him and Robert Downey Jr. He goes to say, well, we took out all the meta stuff. We just said no. Better leave that for the fan fiction. So, there's a lot of Benedict Cumberbatch getting news today. So I guess it's kind of nice for us to kind of get that news from him and from his interviews and everything. So, but Doctor Strange 3 is officially in development right now. And it'll most likely be take place after Secret Wars. So, moving on to something new, Sonic 3 is now available for Blu-ray. You know, it's out now on Blu-ray. I saw Sonic a long time ago, when it first came out, and I was surprised that, these movies are getting out on, Blu-ray and DVD a lot faster these days. More like even Joker didn't do well at all, but it got on Blu-ray and DVD and digital like really quickly. So, if you guys get a chance, but that being said, some concept art was released for it, for the movie and then itself, and then also for I guess I would say maybe a little bit of Sonic 4 in there too. So one of the concept arts that you see in it is of Dr. Robotnik next to Metal Sonic, and he's wearing this like Ming the Merciless outfit, kind of deal. So I thought that was kind of cool. Another concept is what I call the Sonic Heroes, artwork, where you have Tails flying Sonic and Knuckles through what look like a sand dune of some kind, or sand cavern or something like that. And then the one last I'll mention here is another one you see is of what was it? If I remember correctly, I can't find it, but there were so many different ones out there that are pretty cool. So if you guys get a chance to check them out, check out the artwork. It's actually pretty beautiful. Some of it looks like you could have as like your own background for your computer, to be honest with you. So everybody's gearing up for Captain America Brave New World. So Captain America Brave New World, of course, is the 4th Captain America movie, but the first Captain America movie for Anthony Mackie as Captain America. If you guys didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's exactly where he becomes Captain America. He picked up the shield again after putting it down and then letting somebody else take it. And then he was like, no, give me that. You're doing it wrong. So, but the promos for it have been crazy. The posters have been pretty cool for it. One of the big promos is actually in Japan. It is of Red Hulk trying to bust out of an elevator. This picture I thought was pretty cool, because it's just the elevator. It looks like he's opening the elevator for you. are about to rip it open for you. So, Agatha All Along is nominated for Outstanding New Series at the GLAAD Media Awards. If nobody has seen Agatha All Along just yet, I would say go check it out. It's one of those shows that, first, it's one of those shows where, like, you kind of, it's a sequel series, but you kind of have fun. You have fun. It's definitely a fun show. And it's definitely one of those things where, it's, I don't know. It's hard for me to describe. I'm not gonna lie, but, speaking of shows and stuff, there are the Razzie nominations that just came out, which has so many different films on there that are up for Razzie. So we're gonna go through it. For Worst Picture, we have Borderlands, Joker, Folie à Deux, Madam Web, Megalopolis, and Reagan. Now, Reagan was one of those movies I saw I think I saw the trailer for it in passing. It didn't even look like they even tried to promote it at all, so no wonder. Borderlands, I could take it or leave it, but I wish they would have cast a younger actress for Cate Blanchett's part in there. And Joker didn't need to be a musical. It could have just been a perfectly good drama of him trying to get out and everything, So best, worst actor, Jack Black for Dear Santa, Zachary Levi for Harold and the Purple Crayon, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker Folie à Deux, Dennis Quaid for Reagan, and Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted. Okay, so I'm gonna be for real. I saw Unfrosted. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I had no issues with it at all. I just thought it was funny because it's rare that you see Jerry Seinfeld in a movie, especially a movie he did himself. So, it was, could have been some, better, but it was just, I went in there thinking it'd just be a silly movie. That's it. I wasn't expecting it to be something, over the top or, whatever, but I just expected it to be, just a parody movie. That's it. Kind of deal. That's why my way of thinking went for that movie. Again, Reagan I never saw. Harold and the Purple Crayon I never saw. I saw the trailer for it though, and it doesn't look good. Zachary Levi has been kind of on a downhill slope since that last Shazam movie, and then even kind of before then. I'm always gonna love him for doing Chuck and whatnot, but like my kind of respect for him is kind of gone. So, worst actress, Cate Blanchett for Borderlands, Lady Gaga for Joker Folie à Deux, Bryce Dallas Howard for Argylle, Dakota Johnson for Madam Web, and Jennifer Lopez for Atlas. Okay, so Jennifer Lopez for Atlas. Atlas felt like it should, again, just like Cate Blanchett in Borderlands, it felt like it should have been for somebody who was much younger. That's where you get that. That felt like somebody much younger should have been in that role. Dakota Johnson for Madam Web. Honestly, this gets my vote 100%. Dakota Johnson just feels like she's checked out most of it. Like, it doesn't feel genuine at all. But a lot of those Sony movies also had issues too. Bryce Dallas Howard, Argylle. I liked Argylle. I just thought it was kind of a fun movie, but I like those type of movies. Lady Gaga is probably the only person in that movie that I don't think she deserves this award. Like, the movie itself, is whatever, but she definitely doesn't deserve this award. And Cate Blanchett for Borderlands. I feel like she was working with what she got. That's it on that one. Supporting actor, Jack Black, voice only, Borderlands, Kevin Hart, Borderlands, Shia LaBeouf in drag, for Megalopolis, I'm going to butcher this name, but Tahar Rahim, I'm assuming that's the guy who played the bad guy, and Madam Web. And John Voight in Megalopolis, Reagan, Shadowland, and The Strangers. All right, so he's got 3 movies up there. At this point right now, he's just wanting that award. So, supporting actress, Arena DeBose. Again, I'm going to butcher a lot of these names. For Argyle and Craven the Hunter. Leslie Ann Down as Margaret Thatcher in Reagan. Emma Roberts in Madam Web. Amy Schumer in Unfrosted. F.K.A. Twigs in The Crow. Crow I never saw. Never really had interest. I don't feel like taking that Brandon Lee version for it. For me. I don't feel like tainting that. Amy Schumer in Frosted. Again, I went in there thinking things were going to be silly. So, Emma Roberts is barely in Madam Web, so it doesn't even really count, I feel like. Leslie Ann Down from Margaret Thatcher. Again, Reagan, not interested in another presidential whatever for that. And then, I still haven't watched Craven yet, but I did watch Argyle. Ariana DeBose. I honestly can't remember who she was in Argyle, though. That's how much of an impact she left on me. So maybe she does deserve it. Worst director. S.J. Clarkson for Madam Web. Francis Ford Coppola for Megalopolis. Todd Phillips for Joker. Folie Les Deux. Eli Roth for Borderlands. Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted. I feel like Eli Roth didn't really get it. He stick to horror movies. Jerry Seinfeld, he ain't really did a movie in a long, long time. Give him a little bit of pass. Francis Ford Coppola, he's one of the top directors in Hollywood and whatnot. One of the legends of Hollywood, I would say. But I feel like this title definitely should go towards Madam Web more than anything. And then let's see, moving on, screen combo. So they have a quarter thing on here called screen combo. All right, so any 2 obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black from Borderlands. Any 2 unfunny comedic actors from Unfrosted. The entire cast of Megalopolis. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. For Joker Folie Les Deux. Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller as Ronnie and Nancy in Reagan. Yikes. Prequels, remakes, ripoffs, and sequels. The Crow, Joker Folie Les Deux, Craven the Hunter, Mufasa, The Lion King, Rebel Moon 2, The Scargiver. Rebel Moon 2, Scargiver. I feel like if you put Rebel Moon 1 and 2 together, that's your whole movie right there. There's no reason to make that as long as possible. Even longer now, if you go on Netflix. I tried watching the extended version of Rebel Moon, and I couldn't even make it through it at all. I tried. I really did. And I couldn't do it. Mufasa the Lion King I haven't seen yet, but that's always those Disney movies, the live action ones are always gonna get a little bit of harshness to it, especially when you're trying to tell another story, a prequel story, of Mufasa, Craven the Hunter I still haven't watched yet. I'm actually gonna watch that tonight. So we'll see, how the Sony universe dies. And Joker Folie Les Deux, yeah, I agree. It's definitely one of those things where I don't know what they were thinking, like making the whole thing a musical. Like, I would say next time you do something like that, and it's something, like the Joker and whatnot, if you put a musical number, just one number, that's it. Make the rest of it like a drama, courtroom drama, Oops, there goes my phone. Sorry. And then The Crow I still haven't watched yet. I don't know if I'm going to watch because I don't want to taint that memory. And then finally, worst screenplay. Joker Folie Les Deux, Craven the Hunter, Madam Web, Megalopolis, and Reagan. My vote is Madam Web. completely. Madam Web it felt like it was in development hell for a very, very long time. Because even Sydney Sweeney's in there playing like a 16-year-old at the age of like 20 something. You know, like, and not even like the early 20s, like late 20s or whatever. You know, I don't even want to know. I think she's playing like 16 or something in that. So who knows? Who knows? But those were the Razzie nominations, of course. The Razzies are always, you know, you could take them or leave them. There's people out there who love the Razzies, who can go, you know, and they find it good fun, you know. And I salute those people who go and can laugh at their work and move on. Those who kind of like take it too seriously, then, you know. Some anime news for those who are fans of Solo Leveling. A live adaptation of Solo Leveling is currently in development right now. So, for those who don't know, Solo Leveling, see, I've never actually watched Solo Leveling, but it's on my list of things to watch. I have a huge list of things to watch. But Solo Leveling is also known, alternatively translated as Only I Level Up, and is a South Korean portal fantasy. Originally, it was a web novel written by Chung Gong. It was serialized in Kako's digital comics and fiction platform, Kaku's page, beginning in July 25th, 2016, and was later published by DC Media under their Papyrus label since November 4th, 2016. So, after being brutally slaughtered by monsters in a high-ranking dungeon, Jinwoo comes back with the system, a program only he can see, that leveling him up. I'm assuming this level in itself, it kind of starts making them OP, because it's anime. They're always going to make them OP. More in anime news. Trailer for My Hero Academia Vigilantes has dropped. Looks like it's a continuation, and it focuses on a new character, to be honest with you, from My Hero Academia. But it looks like it's set for, I'm gonna say it's set for April 7th, 2025, coming out in Japan. So we'll probably get that around, probably about, I would say maybe, unless they do like a simulcast or simulcast or whatever, of it. We might not see an English dub of that for a while, but there's some people out there who can't wait to see that movie. So, exclusive for those who are fans of Dexter. I've never watched Dexter. I've never watched a lot of things, guys. You guys are gonna find that out. But I am aware of Dexter. That's the thing. And a little sidebar here. Just because somebody hasn't watched something doesn't mean they're not aware of it. You guys are probably gonna hate me. I never watched Breaking Bad. I watched the first season and then the movie, the El Camino movie, and that's it. You know? And everybody's like, well, how do you know what's going on? It's just like the internet tells you everything. I'm not stupid. But yeah, but here is a quote unquote exclusive. Uma Thurman has been tapped as series regular opposite Michael C. Hall in Paramount Plus, with Showtime original series Dexter Resurrection. Now, Michael C. Hall actually posted a video the other day of him on set. Like, they just started filming recently of Dexter. So, maybe I'll watch Dexter at some point. I hear there's some really good stuff out there for it. But And moving on. Star Wars shocker. That's got some Star Wars news for you guys. So Ryan Gosling is in talks to star in Sean Levy's Star Wars movie. If the deal makes, this would send the project into hyperdrive after 2 years of development and make it the next Star Wars movie to go in production. Now, the next Star Wars movie we have coming out is The Mandalorian and Grogu, besides the next Star Wars projects that we have coming out. But I think honestly, we saw what Sean Levy could do for Marvel. Let's see what he can do for Star Wars. You already know with him, you get Channing Tatum, you might get Hugh Jackman, you might get Ryan Reynolds. So, we'll see exactly what we got. Details on any Star Wars projects are harder to acquire than plans for the orbital planet, and this is one no exception. So there's not really many details about this. And this is from the Hollywood Reporter, by the way. It is unclear when Levy's project is set. Star Wars stories have run the gamut of hundreds of years, detailing the ongoing of a galactic republic turned dictatorship turned rebellion. It is also unclear if it concerns Jedis and their enemies, the Sith. It is, however, to be unconnected to the so-called Star Wars Skywalker saga. The story is centered on well-established and beloved characters, Luke Skywalker and his father, Anakin. So that's a good thing that they're still venturing out from the Star Wars, Skywalkers. I do feel like that is going to run out though at some point. Like they're going to continue doing that, but like you can't escape the Skywalker shadow. Now, my theory is this: if Ryan Gosling does it, he's going to play some kind of bounty hunter. I don't see him being any kind of like Jedi type of any kind. I don't see him being like, a Sith Lord or anything. I don't see him being a bad guy. You don't make Ryan Gosling the bad guy. Maybe a bit of an asshole, but definitely not the bad guy. But I feel like we could definitely see what happens with him, in those Star Wars movies. Okay, so we are, now just getting a cast list of who all is showing up in Invincible Season 3. So, if you haven't watched the last 2 seasons, Invincible is about a guy by the name of Mark who ends up finally getting his superpowers because his dad is the incredible Omni-Man. Comes to find out that his dad is there to really just take over the world towards the end of season 1, which leads to a most brutal fight you've ever seen on an Amazon show, period. So, but then season 2 picks up where Mark is trying to kind of clean up his dad's mess and then also trying to, find out, himself. So, but yeah, we've got an additional cast list, besides the people that, are on the show now. Aaron Paul is playing Powerplex. Kate Mara is playing Becky Duvall. Christian, Covery playing Oliver. Sam Liu, is Multi-Paul. Zolo Mandanera, I know I'm butchering that last name, is playing Dropkick / Fightmaster. Tazma is playing Mr. Liu. John DiMaggio is playing the Elephant. Doug Bradley is in a secret role, and so is Jonathan Banks. So, season 3 of Invincible is dropping soon, and we're actually gonna see Mark rock a new uniform in this too. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping that with this season, I know, knowing Robert Kirkman, he's going to want to push it more. He's going to want to push more seasons to it. So, and they actually, if you go online right now, they show some of the pictures of what exactly they look like. So, as their characters. So, speaking of dropping, back to some Sonic news real quick. Sonic 4 has already got a release date, or is being developed for a release date. They're aiming for March 19th, 2027. So now, this is always subject to change, of course, because there's movies who have been pushed back or pushed forward, rarely pushed forward, to a different date. So, but I'm wondering who will play Amy Rose, because if I remember correctly, does Amy have a voice at the end of Sonic 3? I don't know. I don't remember if she does or not, but Amy ended up being one of the ones. Amy is, at the end of the movie, ended up helping Sonic out pretty much. After credit scene, if you haven't watched it yet, spoilers. Spoilers. I do spoil some stuff on this show, so sorry. I try my best not to, but it looks like we're getting it March. What did I say? March 4th. We're getting it March 2027. March 19th. March 4th is a different date. That's for the other job. So. Okay. Why aren't you loading? All right. So, I am going to end this. Oh, this is not what I wanted. I needed to know what was coming out just this week. Coming out this week. That's all I want. Here we go. Okay. This is old. This week. All right. So let's talk about the movies that are coming out not only in theaters, but coming to streaming service this week. All right. So the first one is A Legend, which is a Jackie Chan movie. While investigating the history of a newly discovered ancient artifact, a renowned archaeologist, played by Jackie Chan, unwittingly establishes a mystical connection with a heroic Han Dynasty general, blurring the lines between past and present right as the general prepares to wage war against the brutal Han army. It looks like it's Jackie Chan, so it's definitely a kung fu movie. As far as, seeing it. So you're going to see Jackie Chan kick some butt. Gladiator 2 is on Paramount Plus, which looks like it's this week. I haven't checked out Gladiator 2 yet, but I'm definitely will. Nosferatu is hitting VOD and digital. Sniper: The Last Stand Sonic the Hedgehog 3, You Gotta Believe, which is a, who is that? That is a Luke Wilson film. And I think it's a baseball film, isn't it? But that's hitting Netflix. Marked Man, which looks like is a limited release movie getting released in theaters. Brave the Dark is coming to theaters. Flight Risk. This one I've seen trailers for a lot, and it's so weird because Mark Wahlberg it literally shaved just the top of his head for it. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that one, but you don't cut Wahlberg's hair. Carrie Underwood, Reflection is gonna be on Hulu and Disney Plus. Creepbox is gonna be on VOD. Dysfunctually, see, I can't even pronounce that, I'm sorry. It's gonna be on VOD. Inheritance, which is getting released, this week in limited screens only, though. There's a lot of limited screens here. Star Wars Section 31, which, I'm sorry, let me get that straight because all my Star Trek people are gonna kill me. Star Trek Section 31, which stars Michelle Yeoh as Emperor Philippa, Georgiou, I can't even say it, who joins a secret division of Starfleet, tasked with protecting United Federation of planets. She's also must face her sins of her past. So it looks like this is a movie. I thought it was a series, to be honest with you. For you anime fans, it's The Colors Within. Tosuko is a high school student with the ability to see the colors of others, colors of bliss, excitement, and sincerity. Plus the colors she treasures as her favorite. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie. And there's so much more coming out. More releases coming out, especially this week. If you guys want, go to themovieinsider.com to check it out. And guys, that's going to be it for this week's episode. Maybe next week I'll have somebody on. I'm working on trying to get some more guests on the show. I'm going to try to set up a email for you all to kind of email stuff. But for now, if you want to contact me, feel free to contact me on the YouTube page, Epps World Entertainment, on the X account right now, which is Epps World 87. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on what they call Red Note now. You can find me pretty much on almost any social media, Instagram, Epps World. I think it's Epps World ENT or just Epps World. And yeah, that's it, guys. Keep on being nerdy. Keep on staying dirty. No, that's not going to be the slogan. I'm still working on the outrun. I would say just Epps World Entertainment, where you can get nerdy with it. Have a good one.